Well, we might have lost David again. But meanwhile, in boxing, promoter Eddie Hearn says he has made an offer to Dillian Whyte for a rematch with Anthony Joshua this summer. On Saturday, Joshua, who beat Whyte in 2015, posted on social media to say he was unaware of any talks of a rematch. But Hearn said both men want the fight, and Joshua is also closing in on a deal to face Deontay Wilder in Saudi Arabia in December. Speaking to BBC Sport on Monday, Matchroom Boxing's Hearn added the offer was made to Dillian over the weekend and they were waiting for his response. In a heated affair, Joshua, 33, knocked out Whyte in the 7th round of their British title fight to avenge a loss to his rival from their amateur days. Olympic gold medalist Joshua went on to become a 2-time world champion, while Whyte, 36, lost his only world title challenge to Briton Tyson Fury in 2022. It seems like every day we hear of a story about Joshua. Joshua supposedly being in conversations to face Fury, face Usyk, face Deontay Wilder, and now it's Whyte. Dillian Whyte is back at it again, wanting to face an old rival he lost to in 2015. He recently lost to Fury last year. And I know in the world of boxing, eventually everyone faces everyone else in their weight category, so long as the money is right, and perhaps fighters get moved up in terms of contention for the next belt on offer. And right now, Fury has been holding on to his belts and doesn't seem that quick or in a hurry to get back in the ring to face anyone, to the extent that he would be risking the belts. Right now, talks about a bout in Saudi Arabia would pit Fury against Usyk in a bout that should happen really for the belt, but won't have anything to do with the belts that both men have. And Joshua is in line to potentially face Deontay Wilder. What is interesting about these conversations about boxing is that we could hear about a potential bout today, and it takes a full year for it to be set up. There's conversations about contract and the disbursement of the purse. There's talk about whether there are belts that are going to be on the line. There's talks about other fighters wanting to get in on the act, maybe to face off with one fighter because they believe they are next in line to face that fighter, so it can defer and postpone the initially spoken about matchup for a while. And unfortunately, it's one of the worst things about boxing. Anticipation is built over such a long time, and then by the time it does happen, it feels like it's been such a long time coming. The hype is kind of not what it should be, not what it was initially when it was announced that the potential bout could happen between a couple of fighters. The All Britain fight between Anthony Joshua and Fury has been proposed for a while now, and a lot of people are excited. Some people think it would be Anthony's last shot at a major title, a belt, and some have said perhaps he should just retire now. Fury himself is at that age and perhaps at that physical level that he's not capable of fighting a serious bout with anyone. So much so that maybe he should retire. But neither of these fighters are ready to call it quits yet. There's still so much money left on the table that they're not willing to bow out just yet. We'll see eventually how it all turns out. My hope is that we will get the Anthony Joshua and Fury fight, and that the bout in Saudi Arabia will also happen. I would love to see Deontay Wilder go up against Anthony Joshua. If the only way we're going to get a Usyk bout against Fury is in Saudi Arabia, then so be it. My only worry is for Anthony Joshua. The the American bomber Deontay Wilder is no joke. Pound for pound, he can hit harder than anyone in boxing right now. And if he gets one shot, and the way Anthony seems to protect himself these days, that shot could very well dent his confidence to the point where he may not come back into the sport, may not come back into the ring to face Fury, even if Fury is finally ready to face him. I wonder if I have David back on the line. David?
Yes, I am. I am.
I think we can talk about Deontay Wilder. Anthony Joshua. What do you make of this merry-go-round of fighters proposing fights that don't seem to happen?
Well, it's part of the business. I mean, sports is just, let the media talk, let people talk, and all that. And I was listening to you. You spoke about Joshua and Wilder, and Joshua and Wilder. Joshua being, to me, is a more skillful fighter. For an
Mm-hmm.
heavyweight fighter, he still has a bit of skills, and similar to what not similar, but like what Holyfield, Tyson were in the past. Not
Mm.
just wait for an opening, throw the jab. I feel like Wilder is modern day boxer who just waits for the opening, throw his strong punch, hits you. And when Wilder and Fury fought, I think that was the first fight. There were few punches
Mm.
Fury landed on Wilder that shook Wilder, and I felt like if Fury had a harder punch, those punches would have taken Wilder down. And Joshua has, a very hard punch, and
Mm.
it will not be an easy fight. Obviously, it won't be an easy fight for Wilder too. I mean, he might be more fit, he might be more, athletic than
Mm.
Joshua at the moment, but still won't be an easy fight. And if we saw Joshua's last fight, uh, not with Whyte, but the fight he lost his belt. He tried. He really stayed in. I mean, 12 rounds. He did his best and all of that. But for someone like Wilder, it won't be easy if Joshua can actually last 12 rounds
Mm.
with Wilder. Because 12 rounds will probably after like the sixth, seventh round, Wilder is
You would
probably
expect Wilder to tire out quickly if
yes,
Joshua could last that long. But
yes.
speak to me about the conversations being had about Anthony Joshua potentially retiring, because many people feel he's not the all-exciting, all-conquering Anthony Joshua they expected him to be. Once he lost to Usyk, it seemed to expose him as not being as skilled as people thought, and a lot of people definitely don't believe he would be able to beat Tyson Fury. So, should he be considering one final hurrah, one final bout, whether it's against Wilder, against Usyk, against Fury, or even against Dillian Whyte, one final bout just to get as much money as he can, and then bow out and go, I don't know, be a model or something.
Well, I feel like if he wants to, uh, you know, if he wants to do that, I feel like he should do it on the biggest stage, fight maybe Wilder or Fury. Even if he loses, it doesn't matter. Just fight your fight and bow out with your head high. Because Dillian White is not obviously as strong anymore. He's not that guy anymore. So I
Mm.
feel like he should do it on the big stage. Do it against Fury or against Wilder and give the people the fight they want to see.
Yeah. But Fury doesn't seem to be very in a hurry to get into a ring with anyone, especially not Usyk and maybe not even Anthony Joshua. Meanwhile, there's a story that recently took place in Sweden. It's a bit of a touchy subject.